about understanding 20% of the functionality in order to produce 80% of the result, well, this is probably the most important thing if you get nothing else out of this presentation. If you get nothing else out of this presentation, understand the importance of reconciliations, and here's why. A reconciliation is essentially making sure that all the data that's supposed to be in your accounting system is in, all the data that's in there is correct, there's no mistakes or typos, and that all the data that got duplicated or isn't supposed to be in there is out. That's the point of reconciling. And so if you do not reconcile, you cannot rely on the accuracy of the data that's in your, inside your accounting system. So we have tax professionals, and Rose, raise your hand, Rose. Rose is one of our tax professionals. Not all CPAs are tax experts, by the way. We have different disciplines, kind of like doctors. Not all of them do surgery. So some of us are experts in business accounting, others are tax experts, some do audit, and so forth. So Rose is a tax specialist here. And Rose, well, how do you feel about getting financials that are unreconciled? Can you prepare a tax return based on those financials?
No.
No. It's unreliable. The IRS actually requires tax and accounting professionals to reconcile the data and prove that that data is accurate in order to say that those are the numbers that are supposed to be in the tax filing. So this is critical. And if you want to apply the 80-20 rule in your business, you want to make it a practice to reconcile every single month. What are you reconciling? Virtually every account on your balance sheet gets reconciled. So you want to make sure that you have the proper mortgage balance at the end of the month. Then you want to make sure you reconcile it just the way that we did. So everyone understand the importance? Reconciliation is important? Absolutely.
Can I ask a quick question? Hopefully it's quick. I was scared about doing reconciliations. Whoever taught me this made me terrified of it. That if I made a mistake, I would totally screw up everything.
No, you can undo a reconciliation if you make a mistake.
Okay.
If you do not reconcile, your data is unreliable. It's that literally, I would never make business decisions on information that hasn't been reconciled. Won't even look at it. Okay? So, some of you are wondering, okay, well, we talked about things like this chart of accounts and monthly close checklist. A monthly close is an accounting process that you do each month to make sure that your information is complete, you've done everything you're supposed to do as an accounting or business professional, and we don't rely on ourselves to remember all these things, especially if you have multiple companies. So we have checklists, we have procedures, we have standard charts. If you're not sure, should I call it fuel or auto gas, or so we have some of these standard things. So if you want access to the things that we use for a lot of our clients, you can access all that on free tools. So if you go to our website, and you go to free tools, you'll be able to download these types of tools and tips as well as many other things. So you're welcome to visit us on our site for that information. So when we get to the reporting, I'm just going to touch on this. This literally could be an entire workshop. An entire workshop. So we're not going to get into the details. I will just emphasize the importance of each of these reports. Again, we talked about the balance sheet and how important it is to measure the health or wealth. And really, it determines how much your business is worth. Your profit and loss is going to say how effective or productive or profitable you are. Your unpaid bills, we looked at that already. You know how much you owe and who you owe and when it's due. And your open invoices we also looked at as well. If you do nothing else but look at these 4 reports month over month, and the last 2 I would look at every week, if you do weekly check runs or weekly collection. So at the very least, you want to look at your balance sheet and P&L once a month, your unpaid bills detail, and your open invoices about once a week. These are best practices, accounting practices, for those of you who want to make sure that you're using your system and your data for making the best business decisions that you can. And as a business owner, you could be spending your time doing everything you learned here, or you can leverage other people who have an expertise and can do it in about 5 seconds, get the data in there, and you focus on the data, the reports that come out, and use that information to make business decisions. Because really, at the end of the day, you're using the system so that you can generate these reports, provided that the information that was entered was accurate, so that you can look at these and say, oh, our revenues are down. Gosh, I think we need to do something about that. You make business and operational decisions from the data. So a lot of of people have joined certain clubs. You didn't know you signed up for this club. Some of you are in the We Are Bleeding Money Club. Other people are in the I have no idea where my money's going club. Some of you have the IRS How Much Money Club. And others of you say, I don't know if we can make payroll this month club. Well, 24-Hour Fitness is encouraging you to sign up for a new club membership. I'm going to encourage you all to cancel your club memberships to all of these effective immediately. And the best way to do that is to do what? Use your financials. Good data in will give you great data out, and it's amazing how much power and control you'll have over your business and your personal finances when you have good, accurate financial information. I live and swear by my financials. And I liked this quote. An expert is someone who succeeded in making decisions and judgments simpler, through knowing what to pay attention to and what to ignore. So that's what, separates us. It's not like we're smarter than you. Obviously, as a business owner, you have expertise that we can never possibly understand. So financial experts just have an ability to understand how to use these tools in a specific way, and what's important about it, what's not. As you can tell, there's tons of functionality in Quickbooks that we didn't even cover. Yes, it's our job to know how to use that, not yours. Your job is to take that information that gets produced from the system and make better business decisions. So what we want to do is familiarize yourself enough so that you can use it if you want to, but when you get to a certain point in your business, when you're generating a sufficient amount of income where it makes sense to leverage out to other resources, the time you would spend doing this would cost you money in your business. So you want to be thinking about how to appropriately leverage to an accounting professional, and what are they going to do? When is it the right time to hire an accounting pro? When should I do it myself? When you're just getting started, it doesn't make sense to throw money out the door for an accounting pro, right? Maybe. Depends on where you are. But at some point, I see companies that are making a few $100,000 still in the back room, clicking away, entering data. No, go get more business. Go hire an accountant to do that for you. Leverage the resources when it's appropriate for your business so that you can do what you're here to do, which is run your company. So there's a couple of things that I just wanted to say and let you guys know about as we wrap up here. In your handouts, you should have a flyer like this. Some of you came without your laptops, and I hope this was valuable. We will have the webinar, so you get back to your computers, you try to do this at home, you'll have something to follow again. So this will give you some information. Some of you say, you know what, this was great, thanks, I'm not going to do this, but appreciate it. Will you please come and do this and customize it for my business? We're going to offer you, for a limited time, the ability to do that. So the details are here. You can go to our site anytime. You can contact one of us. On your survey, which we're going to be handing out in just a moment, you'll have an opportunity to speak with one of our professionals. If you do want us to come and, one-on-one support your business and customize your accounting services for what you need, or you want us to do your books for you, and you just know that this is not something that you want to do in the future, no problem. There's a box on here that says, I have a project or need that I'd like to discuss with you. That's really only if you truly want us to work on your accounting system. If you have just basic QuickBooks questions or whatever, just make your questions known and we'll email you and we'll get back to you with that. All right, so I wanted to give you all that information, and just so you know, CPA MOMS is committed to providing what we call CPA level services at bookkeeper prices. Our whole business model has been designed with, actually we take moms who left regular industry to become entrepreneurs themselves so they can focus on their families and be moms and yet still be of service using their skills in the workplace. And so the challenge is entrepreneurs really can't afford a CPA. CPA in the marketplace is $100 to $250, $300 an hour. I wouldn't hire a CPA to do my books either. And I am a CPA. It doesn't make sense. So the only way we can get the price down for entrepreneurs where it makes sense is to work with professionals where money isn't the primary motive, and hence that's the moms. But I don't like compromising the quality of the work, and CPA is the highest level of service in the accounting industry that you can get in terms of expertise. So that's why we call it CPA level services at bookkeeping prices. We're here really committed to entrepreneurs. This is, if anybody needs to get their finances straight, it's entrepreneurs in this economy, right? I mean, big companies can afford to have errors or things not work out, but a small business, if this goes badly, goes sideways, then it's going to impact you immediately. So we're here as a resource. We're going to have webinars on lots of different topics, not just this. Lots of free resources to our communities and entrepreneurs. Most of our clients are $1 to $5 million in revenue, have a few employees, have been in business for a while, and can afford to pay an accounting professional So if you're in there going, how much a month? Then use some of our free resources, our webinars, our training, our education. When you grow your business, then give us a call if that's something that you need. So, on that note, I just want to, first of all, I want to acknowledge all the volunteers who are here. Can we just give them thanks here? These are moms. They've left their family, their children to be here, completely of service and volunteering, so that we can all make sure that everyone walks away with something of value. And I do appreciate and acknowledge each and every one of you for your contribution today. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge Acción. Acción is the community that put this whole thing together. They did the advertising. They reached out to the community and said, hey, come, learn about this. So can we just thank Acción for their